Hey everybody, Chad here, and welcome to More Than a Minute. I'm going to start the series to expound on some of the money minutes that I've posted, and this particular one is about being a notary public. It's another revenue stream I decided to open up because, well, that's just who I am. I'm all about the money. Now, through this, I'm going to be taking you through a tutorial, just a little click through, and we're going to pass over to that. I'm going to be showing you some of the things that I received from the state after successfully submitting my application, doing my training, and submitting the monies that were involved in order to become a notary. Now, normally I would list these, but since I'm in the state of Florida and I don't know what state you may be in, or even if you're in the country, I don't really want to lock in a price and get your hopes up if yours is different, because each state has very different guidelines and rules about being a notary public. But once you are a notary, you can become a remote online notary, and you can also become a signing agent. And there are different tiers of what you can charge for each service. Obviously, as I've mentioned, the signing agent last, that's obviously the best paying one. I know in the state of Florida, you can get quite a bit per signing. In some cases, I've heard as high as $200. I've heard uniform like $75, but your mileage may vary. So, without further ado, I'm going to take you through the click through, and hopefully you stick around for the entire click through. It's about 10 minutes, but it gives you the rundown of everything you need, including the requirements. And I even mentioned some of the things that you can do as a notary, and two of the larger associations that you can find bonding agencies to contact. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my computer screen up, and we're going to go through some of the steps. Now, please, as always, just like everyone else says, and I hope you guys have been liking the shirts, please like, subscribe, and share, and also hit the notification bell. Normally I do money minutes and I don't have a lot of time to reiterate that, but it really helps the channel, it really helps the YouTube algorithm, and it gets me in front of more people in order to give them some of these things that I've learned. And you never know, this could really help somebody who may need an extra revenue stream. And I'm looking forward to being a positive impact where I can possibly be. Hopefully it helps you out. I hope you yourself watching this is finding value in the channel and value in the content. So let's go ahead and pass it over to the computer and get everything set up. Okay, hey everybody. We're going to start the process to see what it looks like to become a notary in Florida. So what we're going to do is, first things first, we are going to go to Notary of America.com. Now, I'm a part of this notary association. I just got my stamp. But there are two major players here, and we're going to get to the endgame player in a second. But I just want to show you that normally, regardless of where you live, you should be able to just come to a site such as this, a national association, and they will show you things like how to become a notary. You can renew your commission. They can tell you things about signing agents, becoming a remote online notary so that you can do live notarizations online. This particular one is the smaller of the two. So what we'll do here is first we'll select the state. For me, that's going to be Florida. And they just have the prices. Normally the prices are laid out and it's pretty uniform regardless of where you go. So as you can see here, these are some of the things that are available. And as you can see right here, there is becoming an online notary. Now we'll get to that in a minute. So let's say, and once again, I'll just be taking Florida into account because that is where I live. If you want to become a notary, as we go back down here, we'll click this. And what that does is shows you in your state what is the requirements. As you see, you can be a citizen, you have to be a legal Florida resident, at least 18 years old, so that's fresh out of high school, You know, that's a great time. You're in college, you're trying to pay bills, be able to write and read English, and not have a felony conviction. But as you can see here, there's a caveat that people with felonies may apply to become a Florida notary under the following conditions, and they will list them here. You can see here they are listed, so that way, if your civil rights have been restored, you can be commissioned as a notary. So, in addition to all of that, the one thing they don't tell you is that you need to be bonded, and for a regular notary, that's going to be the $7,500 bond, which totally just protects the people for whom you notarize things for. Now, that meaning, if there's a mistake, if there's an issue, this bond is to help them out. It also protects you, but it's really to help them out just in case there's an issue. But we all know that we are going to read our state handbook as we're supposed to, and we're going to make sure that we are very aware of the things that we can and can't do as notaries, which they will include with you. And this notary site actually covers a few states. But before we get to that, let's check out the remote online notary. Now, as a remote online notary, you don't even have to leave the house, which is pretty awesome. And they will give you everything you need here. This we don't even have to click through. So as you can see here, the notary bond is higher at $25,000, plus there's an insurance policy for errors and omissions, which on its face, we see what we're covering is errors and omissions. And through the site, you can actually see what the benefits are. You can click right through here and it will walk you through exactly how to submit that and the training documents that are required. So with all these, normally these companies will handle these things for you. They'll submit to your state for you. And so that way, once they get your commission, they can give you your stamp. They can give you your official commission paperwork, which is totally awesome because it's straight through the state. You're vetted, you're good. So there's actually another level here, but for some reason they don't list it. We're going to check it on the other site, and that's called becoming a signing agent. And all of this requires you to be a notary, which all starts with 2 hours and change worth of research, potentially at your kitchen table. So we definitely want to touch base on that as well. And I'll show you how easy it is. And once again, for the state of Florida, I'll show you how easy it is to do that education, which is actually free, provided by the state of Florida, because you need to have a certificate. And you can get that and actually cut out a part that you may have to pay for an association. So let's check the other. Let's check for the competitor, the McDonald's to the Burger King that we just saw here. So let's just put in the URL. Now, this is the larger of the two, and this is the National Notary Association. So when we click here, it's the same thing as the last site. It's almost kind of, it's a pretty uniform layout because people still need to see exactly what's going on. They show you how long they've been in business and what have you, and they have a pretty deep knowledge center here. So what we'll do, we'll click on Become a Notary, and it's the same exact thing. They want you to select your state. Florida's already pre-selected. I'm sure they probably track my IP, but as you can see, they have a lot more states than the last association we visited. But it's the same exact thing. They tell you that you need your training, you need to fill out your application, and everything needs to be submitted. Okay, so we go back here. So let's just say I wanted to get started. I'm not going to list the pricing here. I'll let you decide. Your mileage may vary. But as you can see, the larger the package, you can guess it's probably more expensive because everything is collated for you. So like, let's say we selected a different state. Let's see what states we have here. Okay, I was born in New York, so let's go to New York. When you get started, everything that is included, they will tell you everything. See? So if we hit yes, please, it takes you down to there, to whatever's needed for the state of New York. Each notary is resident of that particular state. So let's go back to Florida here. So now also, remote online notary, we touched on that, but this is also a pretty big one. It's a signing agent. You will oversee loan documents. I've had family members who had signing agents come to their home and deliver closing documents. And as you can see here, that's how it works. Once you're a notary, you can train. You're going to take an exam. And then after you take an exam and you are fully vetted with a background check, a criminal background check, then you can be a signing agent. And these are some of the benefits of being a signing agent. And they explain exactly what a signing agent is. So we're going to scroll back up here. And a lot of these associations, they will give you your supplies, your stamp, your notary journal, and we will get into that in a little bit. So let me show you a part where you can actually cut out the middleman. And that is where you would get your education through your particular state's website. So in Florida, it would be all right. So now we're at the Department of State. And once you get here, as you can see, they have everything here, so you don't have to search. Let's go ahead and put in Notary Public. So now as you can see here, they have everything that we need. So I'm going to click on Notaries here. And as we scroll down, you hit the Notary Education Program. And once you do that, as you go through this, you will actually get to a point. It takes 3 hours. And when you're at the end, you will receive a certificate that is good for the state of Florida that you can submit with a notary application and your bond in order to become a Florida notary. They will ask you cursory questions and they will explain to you exactly what it is that a notary does. And that includes affirmations, affidavits. You can marry people as a notary, and that's just touching on a few of the things. And I'm sure once you get your paperwork, you'll be able to take a look at it. So we can close this, and that is it. That is what it takes. I just wanted to take you through a little test drive of the kind of things that you'll see, because there are a lot of companies who do bonding. You may be inundated with a lot of adware and a lot of advertisements and fluff where they'll charge you a ton of money to do things that you really don't need to do, because in addition to being a notary, they want you to be a member of their associations and they want to send you uh, emails and newsletters, but that's about it. So I just want to show that to you.